బాబు గారు మాట్లాడే ముందు దర్శకుడిగా వారసత్వాన్ని పిలిపించిన మన ప్రకాష్ గారు సభల్లో మాట్లాడని వారసత్వాన్ని మాత్రం పుచ్చుకోకూడదు అని ప్రకాష్ గారిని మాట్లాడవలసిందిగా కోరుకుంటున్నాం.
Siddharth had said everything that I wanted to say about the movie, about the cast and the technicians, so I'll keep this short. First, I'd like to start off with the music directors. If I speak in Telugu, I won't find words, I'm not articulate. I apologize. Let me continue speaking in English. Yeah? To start with, I'm very happy and I'm fortunate to have 4 music directors in this movie. It's very gracious of them that they'd agreed to do one song when I went and asked them, and were patient enough to, for me it's a learning, this is the first movie that I've done with songs, patient enough to sit through and try and understand what I want, and have delivered and given me wonderful songs. Kiravani garu, Koti garu, MIKKY and Salim Sulaiman, who are not here, thanks a lot. The songs are really wonderful. And I must say that after doing these songs with them, I'm a lot more confident that I wasn't very sure about how, as a director, I would work with composers, get songs and shoot, but after having worked with them, I'm now very confident that I will be able to. Thank you so much. With regard to the movie, first I'd like to say that there's a lot of speculation, and some of which is not entirely true. I've been writing and developing stories for the past 4 years, 5 years, and yes, many of the actors here and outside are my friends, and I discussed a lot of scripts with them. And for whatever reason, the projects didn't take off, because for the most part I was in Bombay trying to develop something. Then when I decided that okay, it is time that I tell the kind of story that I want to, come what may, there was it wasn't too hard for me to choose who I wanted to go to. It was Siddharth. I've loved his work right from Nuvasthan, which is when I became a friend. We met and we became a friend, and after which it was Rang De Basanti, and the kind of talent and the range that he had shown. I'd written something that was quite unusual. I knew that as an actor, there are not very many who would take the challenge of doing this. Not too many people are brave enough. Siddharth was. And he'd agreed to do the movie, which originally was a bit different, and then later when we decided to go the whole hog with the full fantasy, it was him that was first in the project and given all the support. Without him, I would say the project, I don't think, would have started. So thank you so much for believing in me. And what started with Siddharth, I think my father, by virtue of being my father, had belief in me. I would say that beyond that, he's a storyteller. I was glad that I was able to convince him about the story, because for the most we look at storytelling very differently, and when I convince him about a story, I know that I have a winner. So I am very happy for him believing in me and backing this. I would say next is Disney. I've been meeting them for the past couple of years in Bombay, and I've met a lot of studios in Bombay, and I've met a lot of studio executives. Having said that, I haven't met anyone like Disney who are true storytellers, because that is the only organization that I felt is committed to storytelling, and they've backed it, irrespective of what market trends are, irrespective of what they've entered a completely new market, believing in the vision that I had based on an art house film that I had done, a small children's film. It takes a lot of leap of faith, and I'm very thankful for them for having taken that leap of faith with me. Talking about the leap of faith, I would say that the actors, it's the first movie that I was doing, this is my second film, but one after a long gap, and one that was mainstream in appeal and a very large effort. When I went and met Shruti and told her the story, even before that, like when I'd written that character, I'd wanted somebody that has an exotic appeal, has a look that is that you can't really place the character where she's from, because she plays a gypsy in the movie, and so you really don't know where she comes from. And there needs to be something that's exotic and beautiful and intriguing and mysterious. When I met her, I was convinced that she will be able to, play the part more so with her attitude and behavior. Where she's got a lot of life, and she's very feisty, and that's what she was able to bring on to the character. It was wonderful working with you, and I'm happy that you've agreed to do this project and agreed to be a part of this in a way that will be the first launch for a South Indian film. Thank you. Lakshmi and me have gone way back 4 years, and like she mentioned last time, we used to discuss a lot of things about movies, about cinema, about filmmaking, how we need to push the boundaries. Funnily, 4 years later, I was looking for this evil queen, and I was skeptical in the beginning to approach her, because I wasn't sure if she would want to start off playing, I was sure actually she would want to start off playing negative. She has no issues about negative or positive, but in terms of how people would react, we both discussed about it, and then once we believed, we convinced our parents that she should play the main villain. It was wonderful working with you. She surprised me so many times in the movie, and had made the movie come alive, had given me a villain that I think is comparable to the greatest villains in Indian cinema. Having said that, for me, the backbone of the film, and which is the reason why we named the movie Anaganagao Dheerudu, is Yoda, Siddharth, played by Siddharth. He, like I mentioned earlier, has a range that is very diverse. Whether it's a romantic boy that he played to a warrior, the kind of transitions that he'd done, the kind of practice that he'd taken, and more so the kind of faith that he had put in me. He would surprise me so many times in terms of the ability to pick up. He had never done fights, and he's done 5 fights in this movie, and he never injured himself even in one fight. And thanks to him, we were able to be within budget, at least as far as the fights went, because he didn't get injured, and he did a fantastic job, and it's there for all of you all to see. When I started writing off this story, I had a lot of thoughts on what it's going to look like, how it's going to be, and all of that. Having said that, it was all still very vague in my mind. It's the team that I worked with that has bought this vision and made it bigger than what I had envisioned. Thanks to them, starting with Raj Gole, who taken the written word and started giving an image to what I had written. The look of the film is completely, whether it's the characters, the sets, to the minutest details, it's completely to his credit that we have such a wonderful looking film. Thanks to Bhupati, we have a film that taking those drawings, and drawings, believe me, are not easy to translate. He had taken them, and with his experience, I was very particular about how I wanted things, and though they were very difficult to do, he had still delivered to me what I wanted, and far exceeded my expectations in many cases in terms of the kind of work processes that he used. And thanks to him, we were able to do something so large. Having built the sets, now to light it up and to execute on it, it was Soundarajan. Without him, like how Siddharth for me from the acting standpoint is the backbone of the movie. From a directing standpoint, it is Soundarajan. Without him, I don't think I would have had the luxury to make the movie in the way that I have. He's been very patient with me, he's been very supportive, and he's given me a lot of strength and a lot of confidence to do the kind of movie that I wanted to do. After Sounda, it's Nikhar. The costume she made my characters come alive. Till I saw my actors in those costumes, I couldn't. It was always a vague thought till once the costumes came on, they came alive and they made the movie happen. Thanks to Nikhar, thanks to Bhakti and Basha. once we're shooting the movie, and all along there were many times we were shooting in there. We weren't really sure. There are a lot of CG characters that that we were talking about, and we kind of envisioned, but not really clear how they're going to turn out. With Funny, who was there on the set, who's a visual effects supervisor, he made my job, and this is my first film where I've attempted CG and at such a large scale. He made my job as a director very easy by teaching me how to make this movie. And even then, as we were shooting, it was just an idea. It's when I see what they've done with the ideas that I have, that I'm really thankful that you've taken the movie and to a much bigger scale than I thought it would be. In terms of editing, there are lots of issues with the movie where from a storytelling standpoint, they're juxtaposing certain elements. It was Shravan who gave me clarity for that, and his rhythm and his support. Even while filmmaking, I would consult a lot with Shravan in terms of a rhythm of shooting a scene. He has been a great support to me. Thank you. The production, starting with my line producer Ram, thanks, who'd always kept a tight control of the budget, to the producer Prasad, where silently he's indulged all my fantasies and supported me with my father and with everybody through a lot of hardships that I've had. Thank you so much. To my direction department, I'm completely grateful, indebted to them, because there were lots of mishaps that happened in this movie, and many of them were my failing, but they were the ones who took the brunt of all of that and have really been my backbone for the entire project. Thank you so much. I'm sorry if I've forgotten anybody else, but this is all heartfelt. I'm very thankful to have made this movie, and with the support of everyone that is there. Thank you.
థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్ ప్రకాష్ గారు. ఈ విషయంలో మాత్రం మీరు రాఘవేంద్రరావు గారిని బీట్ చేసేసారు ఆల్రెడీ. ఇక ఎప్పుడైనా సరే ధైర్యంగా నేను మైక్ ఇచ్చేయచ్చు.